Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Hello farmers, welcome back to the Pacific Northwest. Got to take care of the cows first thing this morning on the second day of fall. As you can probably see by the glance mod, we're down to 5% on the power food. And we need silage. Straw and hay kind of needs to be all taken care of. Although we're kind of at the max level for the storage area anyways on this. As you watch up for my wonderful backing up skills. The good thing with the amount of cows we got now, I can load up the trailer completely and feed it to them. But yeah, that'll put us around 100,000 liters left, and that can hold, I believe, 150,000 liters. So first things first, we want to fill this up. We're going to take care of the cows a little bit, and then we're probably going to take some of the manure. Is it manure? Why that's filling up? Yeah, we'll probably grab some of the manure because that's going to fill up this trailer pretty much and bring it to the bioprocessing plant. And we'll let that make some stuff. And while we're there, we'll probably also fill up some fertilizer from the processing plant. We need some fertilizer down here because we got to fertilize that grass field at some point. I don't think we can do it. Don't think we have to do it today. I don't think it's ready to be fertilized. But the cows, as you can see, need power food. They kind of needed some silage, but since we just bought a whole bunch of cows, this will eventually get to be way too much. And really, they could probably take some more, couldn't they? As you see, we're down to 35 grand. That's just for, you know, all the payments we got overnight. $6,000 for loan, animal upkeep, all that fun stuff. Yep, I'm leaving the engine on, don't care. Hop on over to the JCB. I probably should, you know, keep the Total Mix Rations mixer going. You never really want to fall behind on that. And we got the silage over at the BGA, so I may bring all this equipment over, load up some silage. I know we got the grass field above, but that's got to be all hay. Because we're going to need all that hay. Probably for the sheep at some point, but we don't have that much hay to begin with in stock. This is so much better than doing that little bucket on the John Deere. Try to get all the manure that we can. I realize if I use a conveyor belt, I can get the manure that's kind of like under the floor. And the cows just put more down for us. How nice of them. I don't know why I'm trying to get every little piece here, but actually I think I'm losing some by tipping the bucket too much, maybe. But we do have enough seed, so don't worry about the liquid fertilizer just yet. Actually, I shouldn't park the JCB in here because the manure will be piled into it. We'll park it right here for now. We'll have to take care of the Total Mix Rations mixer in a while. So basically every time I clean it, I get left with, actually there's like 10,000 manure left in there. If it really comes down to it, you can always get a conveyor belt and that would probably pull it all out. But I don't plan on mowing the grass field today. I'm still recovering from the big field. Let me hop in cab for this because it's easier in this map to drive in cab most of the time. Especially when autosave kicks in. So yeah, we were at one point almost up to 50,000, but you know, through the night we were losing some cash. But that's fine. We'll, you know, the farm will recover at some point. We're just waiting for some great demands. We still need to buy a tractor though. That's we could always sell that silage at the BGA and get a boatload of cash. Enough to buy our T8 New Holland with an upgraded engine. Make a wide turn here. And of course a bigger trailer as well at some point would be nice. The problem with this trailer being on the hitch is taking a lot of weight off the front wheels. So sometimes it's a little hard to steer this thing with this trailer. Especially when you start getting a bigger load in the back. How much? So we do have some artificial fertilizer, not a lot. Because last time we were here we grabbed some as well. But just imagine when we do the BGA and we get that liquid digestate, and we bring all that liquid digestate here, we'll get tons of fertilizer and whatnot. But I just wanted to come here just to grab the fertilizer, but I thought if I'm going here I might as well grab some of the manure so I can make some more. So we can fertilize that grass field. Yes, we need pretty close to 325,000 to buy our tractor. We are going to sell the T6 New Holland that we have. It's just that it's a great tractor and all, but it's just it's going to be too small for the farm that we are building up here. For what I was going to use it for, the John Deere could easily do that. The New Holland, the T6 did struggle a little bit with the Brenton fertilizer spreader in the back that holds 4,000 liters of fertilizer. Well, I mean struggle, even with the weight on the front. It was kind of lifting up the nose a little bit, and like when I put it on course play, it was having a hard time steering. Like when it went like downhill, when it went over the top of a hill, the nose would lift off and not turn correctly, and the course play just went. Then was to start driving in circles. This truck and trailer could use a good wash. Luckily we got a wash plant down here, but it's gonna have to wait until we do some more stuff. Hopefully 20 is more than enough. I may run into the back of our trailer sometimes. Well, I won't be able to keep up with the Volvo, obviously. Make sure when you unfollow me, you stay on your side of the road at all times. Even though there's no traffic where you are when you pass, by the time your follow me tractor gets where you are, he could be crossing the path of traffic. I do have to remember he's got a big bucket on there, so... No, he's still coming, and see, he hit that car. Yeah, he's gonna get stuck now, maybe. Yeah, he's hitting a tree. Oh well. You tried, dude. You tried. Actually, he made it. So, kind of. Wasn't it Shift F? Alt F? Alright. Because I'm in it, it's got to be Control F. I knew that. What would make my day for this episode is all of a sudden get like a great demand on silage. But since we got over 1.5 million liters, I think we can take 50 some odd thousand for the total mixed rations. On Rattlesnake Valley, I used to use conveyor belts to do the BGA while I was doing all the other stuff. But I think for the Pacific Northwest, we're going to use the JCB in the big bucket. If you remember with the John Deere with a 4,000 liter bucket, it took pretty close to about, what, 8 buckets to fill it up. This is only going to take 3. But at some point, we will buy a bigger trailer. Probably I will use the modded 200,000 liter trailer. Which is not quite realistic, obviously. Of course, I could buy the modded one from, what was it? Who was it from? Black Sheep Modding? Had the 70,000 liter trailer. You can get a mod hub, and you can put them in tandem. But the problem with this map, going up and down that hill with the curvy roads, that might be a little difficult. For now, we'll leave that here. The kind of the problem with the JCB is I kind of need it here and over by the moo cows, so I can bring the hay over, hay and straw. But need to get silage in it first to get it started. But the cows are doing nicely. I forgot to check their health. The chickens, we could probably get a good 5 or 6 grand from their eggs. They got like 500 and some odd eggs already again in their little coop in their basket. And really at first I wasn't sure when it said, do you want to pay the kids 3% or whatever for collecting eggs? I was like, I don't know what that equals out to. Really it comes out to be like $11. So yeah, it's worth it to have them collect the eggs, because if you don't, I think you can only get like maybe 20 eggs per day, and then you have to go pick them up. So by the kids constantly pick them up and keep them in the basket, the chickens constantly lay eggs all day long. There, and I'll get that going for sure. And while we're here, even though we don't really need to, I really wish I could use my steering wheel, but my knee just won't allow me to. This seed is going to go into the lower, down here by the moo cows, into the lower storage area. Won't be this season, obviously, because we don't have no cash. But at some point, we will buy one of these big fields down here. That is a lot of seed, man. I may have to put that placeable sell point down. Because at some point, we may get too much seed and have to sell it, and fertilizer and sell it. Right now, we're just building up a stock inventory of stuff. And that storage will change after a few minutes. So I think what we're going to do is go back to the BGA. Since our JCB is there. I forgot, was it 50 or 55 that holds? 55, so we can grab another 25,000 liters ish and bring that over, and we'll top that off. And we'll bring the JCB with us. Actually, I haven't checked since this morning came. I haven't checked the price of silage, but I doubt it's been staying right around 450. Like I said, if we desperately also need money, you know, we'll start selling the silage at the BGA to get our cash. We also got some grain that we could also sell. I'll leave the engine on this time. So what is the price of silage right now? 447. It is going up. Milk is not looking too great at the moment either. The reason why I say milk is we got 111,000 liters of it. So like I said, we do have money sitting around. And if I desperately needed money, which we kind of do but kind of don't, we could sell some stuff. So we kind of need a full trailer, but we don't. I've been thinking about putting dual wheels on the front of this JCB. It'll help it from rocking when I get the bucket that high. Plus it'll also help in compacting the chaff when we bring it in. So we do have a big bucket on the front of here. You can see the tires are getting kind of low. But I think 2 buckets is going to be good for what we're doing for the Total Mix rations. I know it's at 25,000 liters, but that's going to give us... That's going to give us pretty close to what we're looking for. Yeah, I mean, we're at 23, so close enough, right? Come on, JCB, you're following me, hopefully. And I'll try to stay on our side of the road this time so you don't hit traffic. But it's your big bucket sticking out that's killing us. Just make sure no traffic's coming because I had to take a wide turn coming out of there. And of course he's going to follow my path. Yeah, I can't do 42 because he will fall maybe too far behind. Because he can only do 27. Here he comes. Make sure I stay away from that wall because his bucket could clip that wall. Yeah, I want to stop right here because I want him following me in there. Because he's probably going to run right into the back of us. Wham! Thanks, dude. You stay right there. Block traffic. I know you're going to hear someone honking their horn, but... Yeah, that should top off the silage, no problem. Or get close to topping it off. And for now, we're going to loop this around into the wash station. I almost want to call it like a car wash, but we really don't have any cars now, do we? I think that's good. Spending the whole morning to make sure the cows are taken care of is what we're doing. I still got the equipment from mowing the big field yesterday just still sitting here. I was trying to find maybe a better way to help maintain with the power food. Bringing this stuff closer. I mean, it's not that far. But you can see that we definitely need hay because, yeah, we need more hay down here. That's what the upper field's for. We'll make sure the sheep have enough for the winter. But if we run up there where the sheep are, you know, we just got to come down here. We'll grab some. And they'll be fine. No, that's silage. We're done with silage here. I have noticed with the bale spike when I got it on here, when autosave clicks in, sometimes it disengages the auto stack. I don't know if collision's on now or not. I would say nope. Or maybe it was. All machine tools from America for 36 hours. Not that we got cash. Well, the belt systems. And I do have modded ones. But we don't, I can't even borrow money to buy any of that stuff. But really, those are really cheap machines. Compared to, you know, what you actually get in the game for almost 400 grand. The modded ones are, yeah, they're rather cheap. The only reason why I got these is because it's got the wider header. The tank holds so much more. And of course the speed of the harvest is so much better. I'm just curious if I should buy a couple of these belt systems, but I don't think we really need to at this moment, obviously. We really need to save up for the T8. And probably tomorrow, the third day of autumn, I believe our soybeans might be ready. So we're maxed out on straw, so we can bring over lots of hay. And I'm thinking that the machine will actually max out on its storage before we run out of any material. So I'm hoping. Because like I said, we are kind of running us a little bit low on hay. And we do know that the upper field will produce like 33 bales. So we do have those two other grass fields up there next to the farm. We may have to think about purchasing them kind of soon just to get more hay bales. Because we're getting more and more sheep and more cows, which means more and more feed. And we kind of need the hay for the sheep and the cows. Actually, not so much for the cows, but for their power food, but definitely for the sheep for the winter and spring, until the grass starts growing into pasture. But at some point, we may get too many sheep for how much grass is in the pasture for them. But really, this isn't too bad, and I keep saying I want to move these bales closer to the mixer, but this JCB is making quick work of this right now. And really, I think it would probably take away some of the fun by driving back and forth doing all this if you just put it like right here next to it. Another 12. It can take, yeah, I can grab another 3 bales and it would take it no problem. I got a little excited though when that message came up. I'm like, oh, please be for silage. I'm gonna hang on to that silage as as long and just about as long as we possibly can. But this should keep the Total Mix Rations mixer happy for a little bit. Like I said, the cows take, as you saw, they were down like 5%. We brought a whole trailer, didn't quite fill them up. So they probably could take like 40,000 liters every 3 days. So when this is full, it's good. It should be good for about 9 days now, because cows are not reproducing at all. Yeah, we're at 113. So, and at some point, yeah, we'll get into the pig food. But yeah. I want to hold off into the pigs until we can afford one of those modded harvesters, so we can get some sugar beet or potato. More likely sugar beet. So we'll drop that off there because we shouldn't need that for any time soon. I don't want no flashlight. I want this button. How dare we let our New Holland get that dirty, man. Yeah, New Holland. Our Volvo. See, I got that T8 on my mind. Because we got our Seadrill still sitting down at the store. Luckily, the owner said, yeah, we can leave it parked there because we've been buying enough stuff from him. And he knows we're going to be buying a T8 from him shortly. I'll just say shortly. Also, we also got a good storage of barley in the silo up above. So if we get a great demand for that as well. There we go. So much better. But right now, we're going to grab the tanker. Our only nice tanker. It's getting to be that Joskin water tanker is getting to be just a little bit too small. Between the chickens and the sheep up above, it doesn't quite hold enough. And now with the amount of cows we got, you can see that even though we just kind of emptied it, and I know it said 11,000, and we already got an extra 500 liters of manure. Man, I'm backing up terrible. Or even a great demand on milk right now would be nice. Great demand on something. We got a lot of different kind of material. Actually, we got a good amount of liquid slurry right now, don't we? Thank you, cows. So I want to meet you over at the bioprocessing plant. We'll unload this, and probably while we're there, I may grab some fuel so I can put fuel in the tanker down here. Well, it sounds like the bioprocessing plant is still going to town and working from the manure we brought over, which is good because we do need the artificial fertilizer. We're not low on it, but we're getting close to being low on it. That big grass field sure takes a lot. At least now I got this trailer figured out. The first time I tried to unload it, I was hitting all the wrong buttons. I was just dumping it on the ground, wasn't I? So that's already got another 4,000 liters of artificial fertilizer in there. I like having the display on the side so you can see how much is left in the tank without being inside of a truck. That's a good amount of fuel to start with. The upper farm also could use some fuel, but they should have enough for us at this moment. We do have 6,000 liters of... Alright, so we are starting to... We're starting to get some supplies of things. Which is good because the farm is building, even though we are 1.4 million in debt. And I'm still trying to learn how to get out of here without hitting that fence, taking that corner. And if I can learn to stay in cab when I get out of there, it might be easier. Taking the back way to the moo cows. which is kind of fun with this truck and trailer. Make sure I got my gates closed. I do. And after this, I know it's not quite right, but we're going to fill this tanker up with some water, head up to the upper farm, because the chickens needed some water. Chickens were getting kind of low. See the hose hooking up to the tank. It'll take a while for it to register. Yeah, so you can see we got 24,000 liters of seed down here. We got 8,000 liters of artificial fertilizer, which is good for the grass field. That should cover it almost until next summer. I should do both fertilization stages. Hopefully that fuel will register at some point. For now, I have thought about a couple times. I do have a mod that gives me a water spout for free. I could put up in the upper farm and fill up that way, but I'm kind of wanting this to keep coming down here getting water. Alright, here we are up with the chickens. Top them off. I'm on the wrong one. Water should be on this side. I'm trying to remember, have I filled it up with this yet? If I have, it's going to be... Let me guess, I probably got to bring it in this way, right? There they go. Now I'll head on over to the sheet. If only Glance Mod could show the chickens too when they get low on water and food, that'd be great. But, you know, can't have everything. I can just barely sneak in here. Need to get that little map off there. We don't need to see that. Did I just give the sheep water? Must be I did. Pigs are doing great as always. So the cow's health is up to 84. That's great. Sheep up to 94. Now the question is, let's get out of here. If I can get out of here. I've done it before. Let's cut it wider and take a better angle out of here. That'd probably be nice, wouldn't it? Try not to take down the neighbor's mailbox. Boy, it just barely sneaks out of there. I want to bring this in here. Because I actually want to see how much fuel I actually got up here. I think it's like 700. Yeah, so we should be fine up here for a while. And we're going to park this out here just for now. And so on and so forth. Nope. Eventually, yep, this is what we want. Forgot about that straw there, but I'm kind of using that straw for bedding for the cows. But at some point I need to put that away before winter gets here. And I think what I'll do is we'll refill the John Deere up down here since we got... Did it register? Yeah, it registered. Since we got most of the fuel down here. There we go. So we're bringing the John Deere up and the T6 up with us. And we're probably not mowing the lawn. Yeah, I keep calling it the lawn. How brilliant. We'll mow that field up there probably the next day. Let's actually go into seasons. Soybeans. So they could be harvested in the next day or so. And what does the forecast... Okay, so we got some rain. Not a big deal. We actually got some snow forecasted for the 5th day of fall. That's fun. Have to keep that in mind. And we'll actually have the New Holland follow the John Deere because the New Holland can go faster than the John Deere. So if I take that first, the John Deere may lag behind. But we're just bringing this up to the grass field. So I'll meet you up there in a second after I close these doors as well. We don't need to be in here anymore. So there we have it. The John Deere and New Holland are ready to mow this field at my leisure. So how are we doing with all the animals? All the animals are looking good. Our bank account, not so much. And we're just, there's no great demand to anything we have. What's our silage still, at least get up to at least 500, which on this map, I don't know if it can. I just know on other maps I've played, I've seen it like at 510, 520. If you get a great demand on it, maybe 570, which would be great. We do have barley that we could sell at a decent price at the Sunrise Bakery, but, it's great, but it's not fantastic. Let's just leave it at that. All the other grain that we got, I need to keep this for the chickens. Speaking of which, whoops, we gave them water. How are they on food? Are they good for... they could use some food, actually. And they're up to 602 eggs right now. So I'll probably feed the chickens in between episodes because the trailer's down there and I think everything is up here now, pretty much. Eventually that Joskin trailer will just stay up here. The reason being, we'll keep the food for the pigs and the chickens in the silo up here, and of course the pigs are up there, so yeah, the Joskin trailer would be great for feeding all of our wonderful animals. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode. I appreciate you watching as always. And I'll see you next time on the Pacific Northwest. But until then, have a good one.